One that we're going to announce basically for the first time right here, that because I haven't even sent out the welcome email yet, but I'm looking at the emails in from the board and the approvals across the board for this company. And the guy that's the name associated with the company may even be watching us right now, but Mid America Munitions is a company that we were introduced to here a little over a month ago. They put in their application for the Anteris Alliance. We've been talking to Ray Bryan on the phone, and I told him, I said, we don't have anybody in the group that knows you, that has a working relationship with you, and so what we do with those companies is they basically go on a probationary status until we've had a chance to meet them in person and break bread with them and have a chance to check their products out and really get to know them on kind of that family level of building a relationship. So Ray said, okay, well, I don't want to be on probation, so I'm going to get in the car with my family in Missouri, and I'm going to drive to the Montana event. So they got in the car, literally in Missouri, and they drove all the way to Montana, and they met us, and Ray and his wife and a couple of their family that work with them, and the company showed up there, and we had a great time getting to know them. Wonderful people, and they're an ammunition manufacturer based out of Missouri. They actually purchased the property and the equipment from Ozark Ordnance. They are not Ozark Ordnance. They didn't buy Ozark Ordnance and rebrand. They just simply bought the property and the equipment. So a completely different company. Very young, getting started, but they're experienced in the ammo market, been in it for a number of years. Cool story about them too, and I hopefully not crossing any lines here, but it was really cool to me, kind of a high point for me. But she's got an interesting background, very sweet lady. We really enjoyed meeting her. And she, on the way back, when they got in the car and left Montana, they had a guy T-bone a vehicle that was doing a U-turn at 70 miles an hour on a motorcycle.
Wow.
And you can imagine what the injuries were. He was alive, and she spent 2.5 hours working on him, waiting for life flight to get there. So her nurse action kicked into gear, and she was working on things from major bleeding to massive bone breakage to hemorrhaging to all sorts of things to keep this guy alive. And last we heard with the news story, he was going to make it. Long road to recovery, but what a blessing it was for her to be there to help him and have somebody with the training to jump in and do that. So that was part of their adventure on the way home back to Missouri from Montana. So things happen for a reason. They made that decision to drive to Montana. Maybe it saved the guy's life. So really cool folks. Great to have people like that in the Alliance, and just really cool to get to meet people. Another